This is Outside the Round with Matt Burrill, a Raised Rowdy podcast.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Outside the Round with Matt Burrill. Today, a very special guest, a girl that I haven't had in this studio. I had her at the old Trey Lewis DM Monday studio way back in the
throwback.
Yeah, we got Taylor Austin Dye. Homie, it's good to see you.
Man, it's been too long.
Welcome back to town. I hear you've been out on the road playing shows.
We have been busy, booked and busy, but I wouldn't have it any other way, you know.
Yeah, so what is even the last week? Like, take me through all the different places that you've been.
Gosh, we went to Pennsylvania and then Lexington, Kentucky, then back to Nashville, caught a flight to Jacksonville.
Wow.
Played a show there for the Canines for Warriors. They give service dogs to vets, which was super cool.
Yeah.
I got to play my song Little Green Men, which is for the veterans.
Yeah.
And then we flew back to Nashville, and I am feeling it. I'll tell you that.
Well, thank you so much for coming out here and doing this.
I love it.
Because you're someone that we've gotten to watch from very early on, from going back to partying in Key West, and you were a fixture at our writers' rounds for such a long time.
I remember the birth of Raised Rowdy, really.
Yeah.
I mean, Nikki T, when he first moved here, back when, gosh, 2017?
It would have been. 18? So Nick started it in 2017, and then I joked that it was like kind of like a colonization process where Derek and Johnny G moved down here first, and Derek was kind of like the boots on the ground, and Trey Bonner was helping, and Brandy and Heather, and you had the girls up in New England, and then Nick got down here full time. COVID was the way he got down here, because he was able to work remotely.
I guess I had worked with him remotely before he moved down here then.
Yeah, because you were one of the first artists that Nick and the guys and girls back then were really talking about, like pre-COVID.
Gosh, can't believe that's been more than 6 years ago.
Isn't it wild?
Lord have mercy.
Like we're coming up on like the 6-year mark of when everything shut down, and a lot of people came out differently after that time, and seeing where your career has gone, even since the last time you were on this podcast, and man, for that being a huge song, congrats on kicking off the year with that and going to radio. I don't even know what to think about it. I'm just learning everything, It's like a whole new process for me. I just thought, they put your song on the radio. They put your song on the radio. I didn't know, there's a whole tour and everything involved with it. So I'm tickled to death. It's going to impact on March 30th. Yeah, which is freaking awesome, because you're someone that grew up in a small town. So radio means, it feels like when I've had guys and girls on here that grew up in a small town environment, the radio back in the day was really...
was the way.
It was all you had.
Yeah.
You knew who Jason Aldean and Carrie Underwood and Blake Shelton and Luke Bryan were because you heard them on the radio.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, because I was telling Jay that I remember the first time I ever heard Praying for Daylight, Rascal Flatts, their first song. I was in my mom's Oldsmobile in the parking lot of the Boonville Shopwise, and it was on the radio, and it was the first time I heard it, and I fell in love with them instantly, and I kind of confessed that to Jay, not to seem creepy, but I was like, been a long-time fan, buddy.
Yeah, and now for a guy or a girl that's growing up in that small-town environment that's sitting in a parking lot with their parents going shopping, they're going to be hearing a song like Man for That.
Yeah, and that's insane to think about, that I'm kind of in that place now where when I was young, I would have just... I would have fell over. I wouldn't have known what to think. I'd like to think that I would have been pretty proud.
Yeah, and there's going to be a tour attached with this song too, huh?
There is, yeah.
You're going all over the place.
All over. It's called the Damn Good Day Tour, and we kick it off in April, and we're going to be, gosh, I can't even name them all, Texas, Oklahoma, California, Colorado, Missouri, Michigan, Ohio. I mean, we're really going all over the place.
And all the dates are on the website. You can find, but if they follow you on social media, you'll be pushing everything there. But you're someone that's always loved playing shows, and now to have a headlining tour, a song on the radio, getting to be as busy as you are, which I know in the moment it's tough, like there's a lot going on. But
I wouldn't have it any other way.
You're someone who's dreamed of this for so freaking long, homie.
Tell me about it. It's
wild.
Just live performance is everything to me.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love the recording process and all the radio stuff, but live performance is where it's at. It's just so high energy. And, the first show that we played this year, we sold out, which has been like crazy to me.
I stage dived again, which I hadn't did in like 2 years.
All right, where was this?
I stage dived at the Burrill in Lexington,
Okay,
Kentucky.
legendary spot for
Yeah.
anyone from Kentucky.
It was huge crowd. Everybody was super into it. And actually, I kind of thought about it, but someone in the crowd was like, jump! And I was like, okay, let's get some strong men over here. I put on a couple pounds since last time I did this. So I did, and they caught me. I didn't eat shit, so that was great.
There's not many country artists that stage dive. That's some rock star shit there.
You know?
Yeah, like that's wild. But honestly, you're the ultimate. What you see is what you get. The songs that you're writing about are things that you've experienced or people close to you have experienced. Going back to what you were putting out years ago, and man, for that's on that list for sure. But you're someone that's hold my beer, watch this. And you've always been that way since I met you.
And I think in this tour name, Damn Good Day, that song came out and everybody just fell in love with it. It went like viral 4 or 5 times over. And every time I'm out playing, they're like, play Damn Good Day. I'm like, it's coming later.
It's coming.
So it's really fun to play songs like that. They're just kind of rowdy and, give people a chance to scream and holler and have a drink with me.
Yeah, one of the things I really like about Man for That is it has that lick to it where I'm like, this has to go so hard when you and the boys play it live.
Man, and we have a killer intro. I won't spoil it for you, but we completely redid our whole show this year.
Oh, I got to get to one.
We have a whole new intro, and we open the set with Man for That usually. So it's got a really cool intro, and just getting up on stage and everybody's vibing, and yeah, the boys jumping around, rocking out. My bass player does like twirls in there. He's throwing his bass. I wish I had his energy, honestly.
So it's a whole show now.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's progressed from, because you've been playing live. When did you do your first show? It was years back, right?
I've only been playing full band a few years, but I've did acoustic stuff my whole life, and I've been in bands that played at festivals back home in Kentucky.
Yeah.
But this is just a whole nother level of crazy, getting to do this kind of show with the lights and the tracks and the just loud, obnoxious energy, which I love.
Yeah. How long are the sets running right now?
We're doing everything from 45s to 90s. So
You're running whole 90s.
the last 3 have been 90s, yeah.
Wow. Let's go.
I'm definitely getting my workout in. I'm sweating.
Yeah, as a country music super fan, because that's how Nick and I came up, was going to concerts. Anytime an artist puts out a kick-ass 90-minute set, that's got me grinning from year to year.
And we hardly have, it's only down for like 2 songs, and then it's immediately back up. I even bring like someone on the stage to flabongo with me.
Flabongo? What's
So you know those pink flamingos in your yard?
Yeah.
So they're actually beer bongs. So there's a hole in the belly of them, and there's a hole in the beak. And so I bring somebody up, we pour the beer in the belly, and then drink out of its beak. A great moment in the set.
That is perfect for the Damn Good Day tour.
Yes.
Like, that is a damn good day when you
Yes,
can flabongo with Taylor
It's so
Austin
much fun to
Nye.
pick somebody out of the crowd, and they're just so pumped to get up there and do it.
Oh, man. Yeah, the flabongo. I've never heard that term. Nicky T used to have, I don't know if you remember this, he had that eagle bong.
Oh, the Freedom Funnel. I remember the Freedom Funnel.
She remembers the name and everything. The Freedom Funnel.
Yeah, it was like the red, white, and blue eagle.
Yeah, that used to travel
times.
everywhere back in the day. And I think we lost it. I'm trying to remember. I know it was present at a party. The last time I remember really seeing it was we did a house party back in the day at Trey and Ella's old house during COVID.
Lord. Yeah.
Yes, you remember those
Yeah.
chaotic nights. And I remember the night started out with the Freedom Funnel, and I don't really remember seeing it after that because that was a crazy
It's probably
night.
for the best.
Yes, yeah.
Because honestly, like, how many times did that thing get washed, you think?
Oh, Nicky T? I don't know. Back then?
You think you would have washed it?
I feel like you had to have watched it at least a few times. I feel like at least a couple times. Now when we were at like a festival, like a country like we're at country concert up in Ohio, and we're there for 4 days. Is it getting washed after a lot of use over? Is it getting washed in between days? Definitely not.
I'll never forget, we were at this party at Nicky T's house, and of course he had a keg, and we were all just hanging out. This was during COVID.
That was at the old Joe Fortner house.
No, yes.
Yeah.
And there was just dogs running around, and I was just sitting here like hanging out in my chair. I think it was like a lawn chair in the living room.
Oh yeah.
And I looked down, there was like a dog drinking out of my beer, and I was like, nah, I don't care.
Yeah, those days were so much fun.
God, we had a great time.
We had a great time, and to think about how busy we all are now, like
we should throw one just for the sake of the good old days.
honestly, yeah, that
Get
would
everybody
be
back together.
Yeah, like I talk about playing kickball back in the day with the homies, and now all those folks are on tour or writing or got big cuts or playing out with great acts. Like, it's crazy looking at those times and seeing. I mean, it's great to be busy, but man, what I wouldn't give to go back for a couple day run of
Just a couple. No
getting-
responsibilities.
just phones on do not disturb. I'm non-existent to the world. I'm there with my homies. I got a cigar in this hand. I got some other smoke over here. The gang's hanging out. We're ripping cigs, you know?
Oh,
like
definitely.
yeah, like not a lot of responsibility. What's it like to be so busy now? Like, how do you manage and balance your life?
Man, it's awesome. We we're at home. I'm writing every day. I'm in meetings. I'm doing stuff like this, which I absolutely love. But me and Ben, we try to make at least one day a week to just, go to trivia or go to the karaoke night at the local dive or, something like that. We still try to balance it out. But when we're working, it's pretty much work now. No play.
Yeah. What categories of trivia are you really good in?
Oh, I'm really good at the word unscrambles.
The word unscrambles.
Yeah, our specific one's called Nerdy Talk, and they have this one where you have to unscramble these words and figure out what words goes with what, and they always just give the paper to me and say, go for it. So I love trivia. I'm a geek when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, trivia nights are fun, and karaoke nights are rowdy too, and there's quite a few of them in town that you can get to.
Oh, yeah. The one by our house does karaoke 3 nights a week.
Oh, wow.
So we have quite a bit to pick from.
Yeah, we've always mixed. The most karaoke that I've probably been involved with has been over at the Rusty Nail.
Oh, yeah.
The chaotic karaoke.
Yeah, that's not very far from me either.
Yeah,
so we
The,
go there quite a bit.
The Nail karaoke with DJ Josh, the big dude that doubles as the barback
yeah.
and the bouncer and the karaoke DJ and the production
little pocket knife.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes. He really is. But I think it is important to have that downtime and make sure you're still having fun while all the crazy business is going on.
You gotta let loose every now and then.
Yeah, you really do. So talk to me about what really inspired Man for That and why that was the first song to really kickstart this huge year for you.
So Man for That, I went into the writing room with Nick Wayne and Dan Agee, and I'd never written with either of them before. And I was just like, I don't know, I'm kind of feeling like a heavy vibe, but like I was listening to a Shania Twain CD on the way there. I just got a little convertible car, and it only plays CDs. So, of course, I pulled out all my old stock.
That is so on brand for you.
Yeah. So I was like top down, listening to
CDs.
Shania Twain the whole way down. And I was like, I want something heavy, like big drums, big guitar, like Nickelback. But I was also listening to this Shania Twain song on the way here. I was like, what do you think if we could make it like a hybrid of those two?
Yeah.
And Dan goes, okay, I think I know what you're saying. 2 seconds later, he's like, boom, 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 boom. I was like, hell yeah, dude. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And so I just had this idea called Man for That. And I didn't really explore what that meant. But Nick was like, well, what if it's like you don't need a man for that? And I was like, that's perfect. That's right on brand for me.
Yeah.
So, we wrote it. Probably didn't take us 2 hours to get, stem to stern. And my team fell in love with it. They're like, this is really like kind of hard. This goes hard. So we played it around to a bunch of people, got some input, and everybody was like, yeah, this is definitely the one to start the year out with.
Yeah, to me, that Nikki T kind of coined this term for me of bad bitch country. Yeah. Like, you think about...
I'm honored.
Yeah, like, and you fit into that mold. You have been in that mold since we met you, Taylor. And that song, to me, is... If I wanted to introduce people to your music, that is one that I would put at the top of the list.
That's a good way to put it. If you want to know what I'm about, that's a good song to listen to.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and it really... And something else I noticed is you're on the production credit for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so you're pretty hands-on when it comes to the recording process with Lex, I guess,
yeah,
right?
me and Lex have produced my last 2 albums together as well. So, and I plan to keep on doing that until, for the rest of my life if I can.
Now, what is it about what makes you want to be so hands-on? Because there's a lot of guys and girls that prefer to kind of let the producer do their thing and don't look at it as much of a collaborative effort.
I'd like to say it's not because I'm a control freak, but I think that's probably got a lot to do with it. But I just know who I am, and I always want to be like true to my sound and my roots, you know, back in Eastern Kentucky. Like I always want to have a little bit piece of that, you know. So if you got someone from California producing you, I feel like you lose that. Or for Alexis case, he's from Texas, so we get along pretty well. But
Yeah.
you know, you don't want to lose that authenticity. So I really always want to have a hand in it.
Yeah. And you've got a record deal now. Like, life has changed so much since the last time you were on here.
Yeah,
What's
man.
it like having that team of champions? I mean, a guy like Lex has been with you for a long time, but you've got this great team over at Red Street. What's that been like for you to have, having been independent for so long?
It has been insane. And of course, you know, we took all the meetings and, all, you know, met with so many people. But when I met with Red Street and Jay and Alex and everyone there, I was just like, man, these people really care about me and like really want to be all hands on deck and really do this thing. So
Yeah.
I was the first female artist they signed over there on their country side of the label. So that was a big deal too, that they were like so invested in me, and they said they were waiting for the right girl to come along. And I'm just tickled to death to be over there.
Yeah. What were the big things that you looked for?
They're kind of like growing up, going back to the small town thing. It's like, it's really tight knit. Like I can walk into the office, I can walk into Brooklyn's office or Sally and Andy. Like I can go over there, talk to Patrick any day of the week. I can just bust in there, sit down, chat about life, talk about music, whatever. Like it's just such a tight knit little family, and you can text them and they're right back with you. And that's definitely something that I've always looked for.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to have a family. Like
Yeah.
you look at it as you're bringing on a partner into
Right.
your business,
Right.
and you want a partner that's one gives a damn, two sees something that's going to champion you, and
Right.
three has the time for it.
Yeah.
You know, and it seems like things like the Rocket, they've just been dumping gasoline onto the fire that you've been burning for years.
Man, it's definitely good to have that extra push, you know, because when you're independent, you can do a lot of great things, but you can only do so much.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm so excited for this radio tour. I mean, I don't know a lot about it, but I'm really excited. I know I'm in great hands to learn about it and figure
Yeah.
it all out and navigate it. And, you know, I hope this is the first of many radio tours I get to do.
Yeah. How many states have you been to in your life? You know, off the top of your head, like a relative number?
I have never been to Alaska, and I don't think I've been to Vermont or Rhode Island.
Okay, but you've been to all the others?
Yes.
Holy shit. You been to Hawaii?
Yeah.
Damn. I thought I had a lot of states. I think I'm at like 42, and you're at freaking 48.
It's, yeah.
That's crazy. Because I was gonna
always
see if
love
there's
traveling.
I was gonna see if there's a place you haven't been to yet that you're gonna get to go to with radio tour. And I mean, I'm sure some of it's been like travel and not work, but that's the fun part about this, is you get to work while you travel, or travel while you work, if you look
you get
at
to
it.
see a lot of Love's gas stations.
Yes. Yeah, we talked a lot about that last time.
The
You are a
Flying
sucker.
J's.
You're a big Loves girl.
I am. You know, of course, Buc-ee's is always great. The Flying Vajays, as we call them.
Flying the Jays.
But yeah, I'm not a huge road snack person, but like just something about going in there and stretching your legs and looking at the trinkets.
Yes. Yeah, just
I'm a
getting
very simple person.
just getting out of the van for a little while is huge.
Yes.
But I mean, you're going to get to go to all these big markets and get to
Yes.
spend time with folks in New York and Philly and Boston and Chicago and like all these different places.
Well, they're gonna have a time with me.
Yeah, it's
I'm just take a translator with me.
I think they're gonna love it, man. I really do.
Fingers crossed.
No, they will. They will, honestly. And I can't wait for you to. Have you spent a lot of time in those major cities? Like, have you gotten to kind of frolic around in a New York or a Chicago before?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I used to travel all the time before, like, you know, I was really touring full time. Like, I would just take up. One time I went to Germany when I was 17 years old, just like,
Oh, so you travel.
all right, yeah.
No
I don't
shit.
get to as much as I used to. I do miss it, but, you know, this is obviously what I want to do. So
Yeah,
I'll take the good with the bad.
that's awesome. Talk about having that grit to you and how much Eastern Kentucky kind of influenced who you are.
Well, I grew up, my Nana and Papa had a 300-acre tobacco farm. So I grew up working in Backer, and we had watermelon, green beans, taters, maters. Like, we canned. I mean, it was a family hands-on thing. So I always tell people I'm not scared of hard work. You know, I can do anything, but it's not going out and stripping backers. So I'm tickled to death to be doing anything but that. You know what I mean? So I was always really hands-on with the farm and stuff, and I think that instilled in me when I was really young, that work ethic.
Yeah. We got to talk about your hat.
Sure.
Daddy needs a cigarette. Where did you acquire that incredible hat?
You know, those Instagram ads, man, they get me.
So you're one of those people that just buys shit on Instagram, and they know what ads to feed you.
I'm scrolling, dude. My CIA agent knows me too well. It's like, oh, shit, that looks... let me look at the brand. Don't look at my hat hair. Pitbull.
Pitbull, Mr. 305.
Freddie Tyler Paul. I don't know what that means. This is probably from Temu or something, but actually, no, it feels like it's good quality.
Yeah, no, it looks great on you, sis.
Yeah, I've really stopped vaping.
You're reformed.
So, really
quitting the vape. That's a big deal. It's a huge deal.
It's been a couple weeks now, so
we used to bum vape hits off each other back in the day.
I know, man. And sometimes when I come off stage, I'm like, please take me to. I need to go to a Love's and get a lighter and a pack of Marlboros, please. Yeah, like just one.
What vape were you doing? Like the Elf, like the Geek bars or the Elf bars or whatever the fuck they're called? Or were you doing like those Views Altos?
No, I was doing like anything really. Raz would be the specific one that I would get most of the time.
I used to call the Views Alto. I used to call it my truck cig because I would try. I had my car before the truck that I have now. I used to rip cigarettes in, and it just
smell bad.
Dunk, yeah. So I was like, all right, I gotta fix this. Oh, I can get a vape, and I can just vape what I don't want to smoke.
Yeah, that's kind of how mine started as well. But I've honestly been around, like I said, tobacco my whole life. Yeah. So like when I was young, everybody was just like smoking, chewing, whatever. I remember being in high school, and at the gas station, they would have these big, long cigarette-looking things that were like old school. I guess they were vapes, and they would have like a little light on the end, and when you would take a drag, it would light up.
Oh,
they look like little cigars or something.
Yeah.
Remember those?
Yeah, so they were like e-cigs. That was the old name for it. Was the e-cig. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The little blue e-cigs.
This was before the Juul.
Yeah.
Too, so.
Yeah, going way back.
Yeah, so I've always been around it, but I'm reformed. I'm a new man.
You are reformed.
There you go. There's a rumor to get started.
Man for that.
I'm a changed man.
Talk about the changes that you've kind of had to make though, with how busy you are, because you have to kind of really lock in.
Yeah, it's been different, man. Drinking way less, smoking less. You know, trying to get in the gym and really make my body like more, almost like it's an athlete.
Yeah. Because
you're up on stage grinding for 90 minutes, jumping around and using your lungs and your diaphragm and all these parts of you. So it's been good. It's been a good change for me though.
Yeah. No, I hear a lot of people say that, where it's you. Like I look at Trey Lewis.
Trey did great.
He has completely changed.
He did a 180 for sure.
He's a workout gym bro now, and you have to, like, because your body does get beat up, especially with as many tour dates as you've done and as many that are coming at you this year.
And rest is a huge thing.
Yeah.
Got to get rest. I've just been used to, like, getting a couple hours of sleep and calling it a day, but now I'm like taking that trazodone at night, getting in bed at like 11 o'clock. So it's been a huge adjustment, but it's all for the best.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. You got to keep yourself in good form, in fighting shape to
learn that the hard way for sure.
Yeah, because then it's like you'll do that the Thursday, or on a good week, you'll do that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday run, and then by the Saturday show, you're like, damn, I only got so much in the tank.
Yeah, I'm on E.
Yeah, but if you're taking better care of yourself, you have that, because you wanna give every guy and girl that show.
Oh yeah.
I feel like the Taylor Austin Die fan is an obsessive one too. Like I feel like
the best fans.
I feel like you have had a cult following through a lot of the social media stuff, and now it's just continuing to grow. Talk about how you've seen growth in that side of it.
So back when I started TikTok during COVID, I had, these fans that were just like getting on. I would do lives like twice a week, and they would get on and stay for the whole thing, and we'd chat and talk. And there's so many like inside jokes from back then, and those people still come out to the shows today. And it's great because when you go to a show, like say you're going by yourself to one of my shows, the Ride or Dies will post like, hey, if you're coming to this show, like I have a group, it's called the Ride or Dies, and they'll post like, who's coming? And like this person will be like, hi, I don't have anyone to come with. Can I, meet up with you and your friends? And so now this whole big family of Ride or Dies has just formed, and now I can look out in the crowd and I just see the expansion. Like every show, like there's more and more, and so that they really are great to each other, great to me. I can't say enough about them.
Yeah, is there one song that really gets them going? Where you're like, this is it like the older catalog stuff where you can tell the people have been there for so long?
Crazy because I do throw in, and you might remember this song called Good Time Girl that I put out back in 20 or 21. I throw in that one because if I take it out, they get like irate.
Really?
So like every time I play a show, I have to do Good Time Girl because they love it. But even that to say, like, I've only been doing the new set with like 4 new songs in it for 4 shows now, and they already know the words to them.
Wow.
Unreleased, not even teased on the internet. So they just record it and then learn it from their phone. So that's been really cool to see, just kind of the gauge on whether they like the new stuff or not, and they're loving it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can just picture a group of Ride or Dies hitting that. If the show is in a club that's like on a strip and there's a little bar that's right there,
wall to wall,
they're hitting that happy hour before the show, and then they are there after the show and they are getting it on.
We had people kicked out before I even took the stage last week.
Oh no, what happened? Okay, yeah.
Ride or Dies being Ride or Dies.
Ride or Dies being Ride or Dies. Have you figured out like where your top markets are, like where the largest cluster of Ride or Dies is outside of Kentucky? Because I'm sure Kentucky's
Kentucky's great. Ohio has been great. Tennessee was where we had our first sold out show. In Maryville, which is kind of like...
Oh, is that at the Shed?
At the Shed.
What a spot that place is.
It's like not really close. It's kind of out in the middle, so people kind of have to drive to get there. Yeah. So when they told me it was sold out, I was like, what do you mean? That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's just like we're expanding. Every time we go to a new market, we start seeing more and more people show up, which is, that's the goal.
Yeah, that's awesome. Just watching the bubble. I remember Cordy Smith explaining it to where, and Brantley Gilbert, like the Georgia guys kind of had this figured out where it's like they'd start out in the one town and then they just grow the circle. Like start out in Athens, Georgia, and then just keep growing that circle till it touched Atlanta and then Macon. Yeah. And it seems like that because Maryville's East Tennessee. Yeah. You're an East Kentucky girl, so those East Kentucky folks are driving down.
The bubbles are about to meet.
Yes, they are, which is awesome. Also, what are you most excited about for this year? Because it seems like 2026 is going to be your year.
Well, obviously, I'm excited for Man for That to Impact Radio March 30th, and I think that's going to be a crazy ride, just kind of watching to see what that does, and then getting to tour all around this year with the Damn Good Day tour. We're going to states that I've never played in, so that's definitely a bucket list thing for me. My overall bucket list is to play all 50 states, so I think that we're going to check a bunch of those off this year too.
That's awesome. That's cool. And then what are we looking at as far as new music going further on? I'd imagine we're due for a record. We're due for it. I know you and Lex can't sit still for that long.
We may or may not have a bunch of it recorded already.
Okay.
So we, like I said, we've been playing 4 brand new songs in the set, unreleased, not even teased on socials. So at least know there's 4 in the can coming at you very soon.
And similar vibe to Man for That? Are we keeping it more up, or do you have some more like ballady in your feels kind of stuff mixed in there?
There is one that's kind of ballady. The other ones are kind of pretty heavy rockin' country, which is what I love.
Yes.
So we got some stuff in the can, dude. I'm pumped for it.
Yeah, I love that you're fully leaning in on that. I'm a country girl, grew up on a backer farm, all that stuff, but that you love your rock and roll too.
Oh, man.
And I love that you're getting to really dive further into that.
Yeah, it's like a lane that, I'll never not be country, Listen to me. I couldn't escape it if I wanted to.
Never.
But it's fun exploring that lane that not a lot of people I feel like are in right now. So I'm running with it.
What do you think it is about small town folks loving rock and roll too? Because I think there's a lot of like at your high school where you probably graduated with like 5 other people, tiny school. I'm sure like as many people that loved country music, you of course had that one guy that was the SoundCloud rapper, and then
actually we didn't.
You didn't.
No.
You didn't. Wow. Okay. Because I always think of that like there's
No.
I think of J-Rock from Trailer Park Boys kind of stuff. You know?
We didn't.
You didn't have that.
No,
Okay.
we didn't.
But I think of like people like country music, but there's also a lot of rockin' kids.
Well,
like,
I mean,
kids
even
listening
to
rock
think
and
about
roll.
like me, I listened to nothing but Panic at the Disco, Fall Out Boy, Paramore, Flyleaf, like all these emo bands really when I was in high school. Like that was what I listened to mainly, you know, when the radio was on out here country, and I always kept up with country. But like if I was listening to my iPod Touch,
iPod Touch. Ooh.
I was hitting the Paramore heavy.
Yeah.
So, you know, there was all kinds of kinds, but yeah, I mean, growing up in Eastern Kentucky, I always say that we're 10 years behind the rest of the world. So that 90s rock was just about surfacing when I was in high school. So we listened to a lot of that too, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, the Nickelbacks, the Limp Bizkits, the butt rock stuff, as we at Raised
Butt
Rowdy
rock
like to call
is
it.
my
Yes,
favorite.
yes, the
Yes.
Creeds, the little mix, a little crossfade in there, a little Hinder, that
Wasn't
good
that,
stuff.
I saw you at the Creed concert.
Oh yeah.
Did I not? Did I
Yeah,
make that up?
At Ascend.
At Ascend,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, we were
I
there.
went for my birthday.
Yes, we were there. We were there with Brian and Brian
Yes,
Fraser and his
Fraser,
wife
yes.
Holly, and me and Nikki T. And we
Yep.
were there in our glory,
I was living.
just butt rocking our asses off on that lawn.
I saw Nickelback for my birthday 3 years ago.
Was
And
that the one?
Creed
Was that
2
the
years
was that the
ago.
one at Bridgestone?
Oh yeah,
I was gonna say we were at that one too.
I was in the pit down there on in
we
the floor.
were I think 4 rows from the tippy top. We were dead center though, so you could see everything. But it was just we were way up in the nosebleeds. But it was freaking.
Well, that's what I've asked
awesome.
for my birthday for the last couple of years was Creed and Nickelback. If that tells you anything about me.
What
I
would be
don't
the
know.
third? So Creed and Nickelback you love of those butt
Hinder.
rock bands. Hinder.
Yeah,
They're touring right now.
I know my bass player was like, Taylor, guess what? Hinder, and they're on tour with like a bunch of people.
Yeah.
It's a big tour announced.
Yeah, I think Stain's on that one.
Stained, yes.
Stain's on that. Seether is on that.
Oh gosh,
They're going to be coming to whatchamacallit? What's that amphitheater in Franklin?
Oh,
First Bank.
Yes.
First Bank Amphitheater, which I've yet to go to.
I haven't either.
But it sounds like we need
Wait,
to go to
just
that.
kidding. I did see someone there. Who did I see there? Oh, he sits in the computer chair. Oh, Travis Tritt. He was sitting in a chair like this.
Yeah.
I was like, buddy, how are you even playing your guitar? This has got arms. No, it was great. But yeah, I've been there once. It was kind of a headache to try to get out of it. But
Yeah, I hear the in and out there is tough.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll.
it ain't gonna stop me though.
No, I mean honestly, we might have to look. We're gonna have to look up when that show is and
done.
have a butt rock reunion on the lawn.
Okay, we
at
can
that
get like
show.
a party bus to take us.
Honestly, yeah, Nikki Teal sounds like a business expense. I mean, we get enough content. Yes, you post stuff on your TikTok. We post stuff on the Raised Rowdy page, on the Butt Rock page.
If anyone that has a party bus is watching and wants to take
Oh,
us,
we know people with party buses. We can make that
I know
happen.
one person with a party bus.
I think I got like
Is it the same person?
2 or 3.
Okay,
It
well
could
let's
be. We'll have to talk after that.
hit us up.
Yes, if we could take a party bus down there. Oh man, have a little Butt Rock tailgate session. Get down there early. We're
I
gonna
hope
have to
that I'm
fit it
not
in.
on tour.
No, we're gonna have to fit it in, and if not, then even better. We'll have the bus, or we'll get like a Winnebago or something, and we'll go to whatever city lines up
perfect.
with your
Oh,
calendar.
okay, I'm down.
Because we're gonna be on the road a bunch this year too. I mean, I'm probably gone like upwards of 20 weekends this year
Dang.
with festivals. Yeah,
Let's go.
Yeah, they got me hosting a lot of festival stages this year.
That'll be
so.
fun though.
Oh, it'll be a blast. it'll be planes, trains, and lots of truck rides and all that. Getting to all these damn places. Then we're going like South Dakota, Texas, Buffalo, New York.
That's a
like,
haul.
we're all over the damn place. So we'll see if it lines up. We will find a date on the Stain, Seether, Hinder.
We have to go.
Yes, we do. Especially since we were both at that Nickelback show. We hung out at that Creed show. We got to do it.
Okay.
We'll make it.
Promise.
I promise. I got you. Hey, it's on camera. It's happening. You're witnessing this. It's happening. We're gonna get there. So we've got Man for that out. Do we know when the next one's coming?
Hopefully in the next month or so.
Okay.
Next
few weeks or so. Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
It's going to be soon, I promise.
Sweet. And then when does tour start for you?
I think the first date is like April.
Oh, so it's soon.
Yeah, no, it's
like
coming up.
coming. Do you have anything in between then, like any private gigs or anything, or are you able to kind of recover right now?
Well, CRS and everything.
Which we'll be seeing you there.
Yeah,
we'll be there and hanging out. Me, Nick, and Ike.
We got some admin stuff to be doing between
Yes.
now and then.
That's good though. That's good. Where are some of your favorite spots to hang out in town these days? Because I don't see as much at the Losers or the Red Doors as I used to.
Yeah, well, we don't really get out a ton just because we're so busy. But when we do go out, we hang out at Roadside. That's where we go to trivia at.
Oh, you do trivia right here at Roadside?
Yeah.
They got some of the best chicken wings.
Their wings.
That Alabama white sauce is unbelievable.
I promise you that's the best wings from anywhere around here.
Yeah. And that diner across the street at Flat Tire.
I filmed a music video there.
You filmed a music video at the Flat Tire Diner?
For Poison in the Well.
No shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They were so nice. They just let me use it, and they were so sweet. They sent me flowers when my song came out. It was so nice. But there, and then we go to Rusty Nail occasionally.
Yeah.
And there's a bar outside my house. I won't say the name of it because that's really close to my house.
Yeah, no, we don't need that.
But yeah, we love to just kind of bebop around this area.
Yeah, Roadside makes sense too because that's where a lot of the bikers hang out, right?
Oh yeah,
that's
my favorites.
Spot. Yeah. I remember I saw Shelby Ray.
Oh yeah,
she used to play.
Oh, she's great.
She used to play an acoustic. She used to do a acoustic.
I've seen her play there before.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you're a Roadside girl then. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's awesome.
I mean, we've lived up here for almost 4 years now, so we're kind of hip to all the places around here.
Yeah. How long have you been in town now?
I started playing in town in 2017, but I moved here at the beginning of 2018. So
we're right around the same time then, because I was October.
Is that 8 years?
Yeah, it's coming up on 8 years now.
Gosh,
it's wild.
10-year town.
Yeah, I mean, I'm October of this year will be 8 years for me. So we got here right around the same time when Broadway was really downtown was Whiskey Row and FGL House. Aldean's hadn't even opened yet.
That's what I was doing full time, was playing down there.
Yeah, you were grinding down there.
Yes, I was.
How crazy is it looking back on doing all that stuff, really paying your dues, and now getting to go on a headlining tour, a song on the radio?
I mean, I look back on it like fondly, honestly, because I'd played on stage for years growing up, but I'd never really learned how to work an audience. And, drunk people are the best people to practice on. So, and if you don't get tips, you're not going to pay your rent that month. So I had to really learn how to banter with the crowd and kind of keep everything interesting. And I feel like that is like an invaluable skill that I learned from being down there.
Yeah, it's Honky Tonk University.
Really?
Legitimately. I know there is a Honky Tonk U out there, but it is a legitimate, there's so many guys and girls that come up playing downtown, and you learn how to win over a crowd singing other people's songs to when you have an audience that's there to hear your music.
Right.
It's almost like an easier feel, like you have all those reps.
Oh man, I shed a tear this past weekend because I was singing Almost Oklahoma, and I could hear the crowd singing over my earpieces. And I was like, okay, I'm going to cry. I'm not a crier at all. So I was like, okay, get it together. But it was a really cool moment just to hear them singing the songs that you wrote from your heart, back to you is a totally different feeling than singing a cover song.
Yeah, and it means that what you were feeling in that moment when you wrote that song is resonating with that person in that 100%. Audience. Yeah. What are some of the best post show? I'm sure you're a merch table. Go hang out. You hang out with your ride or dies.
Everybody that's in line.
Yeah,
I talk to.
What have been some of the most impactful messages that you've gotten from fans, whether it be something online or it be right after a show, or if you have the ride or dies that are trying that you run into in whatever town you're in before the show?
Man, I've had some crazy things. I mean, I had this one girl that was just crying when she came up to meet me, and she was like, she's been in a domestic situation, and when I released Rest in Peace, it was really her, what would be the word? It was her wake up call to get out of that situation. Wow. And she did. And so I've had several stories like that. And then when I put out Pharmacy and Sick of Me on that second album, I had a girl tell me that, she was thinking about ending her life, and she said that my music pulled her through. So it's stuff like that, man, that keeps you going.
Yeah. Yeah, you kept someone from taking their own life. Like
Yeah.
your music was a part of that. It's insane.
Yeah, it's hard to wrap my mind around, but that's why I keep doing it, you know.
Yeah, shout out to the Ride or Dies out there.
Big shout to the Ride or Dies. Hell yeah.
And is there like a group on Facebook or something that I can join to meet these people?
It's just called Ride or Dies.
Just called Ride. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have
and
to.
it's DYE, obviously.
Well, yeah, that to me goes without saying. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get in that group and poke around in there, see some of the folks that you got. Well, sis, I appreciate you so much taking the time to come out here, and
Thank you for having me again. It's been too long.
it has been. It's been years because you've been in this room with Nick and Kurt,
I have.
but you haven't been in here with me. I think last time that would have been, that was before I was a part of Raised Rowdy. That was when I was still working for Trey
wow.
full time. Yeah, that's over 3 years ago.
That's
That
right.
was the last time that you
That
were
is
on.
right.
I don't even know what episode number it would have been because I'm on like almost like right around 300
We
right
were in
now.
that apartment.
The apartment with McElwain.
Yes.
Sweet boy. He was living in that closet, by the way. He was living in that little
God
in that
love his
little room.
heart.
I want to look up real quick when that was because I am genuinely curious because that was back
I
like
think it was right around when Rest in Peace came out, or like Damage Control, maybe. So 2023.
Yeah, well, it would have been 2023. Oh, wow. So, yeah, it was episode 129, and I'm on like 300 right now.
What was the date on it?
The date
Does it
on
have
it
it?
was, when would it have been? Oh, what is that? It was only 2 years ago. It wasn't that bad.
Was
oh,
it?
June 30th, 2023 was when it came out.
Okay, yeah, so
But
3 years ago.
Yeah, so, oh, wow, yeah, I had a very thick beard back then. I'm sitting there reading an advertisement off my phone at the start of that. We've all come a long way. But sis, thank you so much for coming on here and
Always,
hanging out.
anytime.
And Nick and I were gonna talk about getting to the show with you.
Yes.
To get to at one of those.
Would
get
love
a
to have
butt-
Raised Rowdy
get
there.
To a get to a butt rock show as concert goers together.
Yes.
But also get out to a Taylor Austin Die show.
can't wait.
I can't wait to see the new show and that heavy intro in front of Manfred.
It's fun. It's fun.
Watch you and the boys just rip it. So seriously, like so proud of you. And
Let me know. We'll hook you up.
Oh.
VIP passes.
VIP.
And you can even flabongo with me.
Nikki T flabongoing on the stage would be electric.
Okay, done.
It has to happen. We'll bring Ike out. We'll call it Rowdy on the Road, and we'll document a show day with you and Ben and the boys.
All right.
With the flabongo and all.
Good luck.
Go around, get in the pit with the Ride or Dies. That'd be so much fun. But seriously, thank you so much.
Thank you. I always appreciate you,
Proud
brother.
to call you family, and let's get together and do trivia and sing karaoke sometime. Butt rock karaoke. If you'll do Nikki T's go-to karaoke that he does so well with is doing the callbacks on the Evanescence, Bring Me to Life.
Oh, wake me up.
Yes, he just does that. That's his only part. He just does the wake
I
me
don't know
up.
if I can sing like her, but I'll try.
Well, whatever. What's your
Few
go-to?
beers,
What's
you
your
know.
go-to karaoke song?
Without Me by Eminem.
Oh shit. Okay, me and Nick can figure out a way to be a part of that.
Perfect.
We'll figure it out. But y'all be sure to go check out our girl, Taylor Austin Die. Man for That is out right now. It is getting ready to be at country radio, so y'all be sure to tell your local radio station. People say it doesn't matter. It still matters. Call them up. Tell them to play our girl, Taylor Austin Die. Man for That. And the Damn Good Day Tour is tickets are out there. Y'all be sure to go out there and get to a show. And if you're a ride or die, comment that you're a ride or die because Raised Rowdy, we've been ride or dies since 2017, 2018. So, and shout out to our friends from Surfside. No bubbles, no troubles. Gonna send you home. You can give some to Ben if you want. We're gonna send you home with an 8-pack of these.
Absolutely.
So y'all can have them over at the house. And for more on us, visit raisedrady.com. For my girl Taylor Austin Die, I'm Matt Burrill. This has been Outside the Round.